Merry Vlogmas, everyone. Look at this. I got a Santa hat, right? So Deb, my friend at church, she saw the last episode and heard me talking about Santa hats getting lost in moves. And so she brought me a Santa hat to church. Now I have a Santa hat. And I'd already ordered one for Amazon and also an ugly sweater. So that'll be here tomorrow with my other backup Santa hat and my ugly sweater because 'tis the season. Am I wrong? I mean, really? Am I wrong? Recording this again, I didn't have audio on the other one, so hopefully I can tell the story better this time after practicing. First, I want to talk a little bit about strep throat. I told you the story about the kids that I drive to school and back from Omaha, and it's I love the job, and the kids are great. And the poor kid had strep throat, missed a day, came back still sick. Thursday, my throat's on fire. Thursday night, I get home not feeling great. Friday, felt better because carnivores don't stay sick. But I've had these issues in the past before I was carnivore to the point where I would lose my voice, which is really bad when you have a news talk radio show. It got really bad a couple times where I actually had to cancel the show for a day to let my voice recover because it was like gone. Or it was squeaky, like going through puberty again. Oh, not that again, please. Anyway, so 1 year, this is about 4 years ago, I guess, I got sick and I had a bad sore throat and a cough for a while and I lost my voice. And before I lost my voice completely, it sounded really cool. It sounded really cool and it got really deep. And so I took my iPhone at the time and pulled up the Alien and I made this movie trailer.
We're coming to get you. In a world where the world is wondering if there's even going to be a world. They've been here before, and now they're coming back. Will we prevail, or will the aliens steal all of our resources and slaughter humanity? This time, it's personal.
I know, right? Why can't I just automatically do that voice at will? I'd quit all my jobs and do that for a living. I don't know. I'm still amazed by that. That sounds pretty cool. Anyway, enough about that. So what I want to tell you about is a magical Christmas that happened in Roswell, New Mexico when I was working in TV. I was in a live earlier today and was saying, hey, you guys have any ideas what I can talk about on Vlogmas? And Susan Hampton says, did you ever do any forecasts? Do you remember any Christmas forecasts that went wrong or went right or whatever? It's like, I can't remember any specific forecasts, but I do have a couple stories from working on Christmas Day. And I have more than one, but I'm just going to tell one today. This was the magical Christmas snow in Roswell, New Mexico, 1991. Now, I had a really bad attitude that day. I had gotten divorced that year, earlier in the spring. I was by myself that Christmas, and I had to work. I was the only one who had to work. I was a news photographer and a reporter at KBIM Channel 10 in Roswell, New Mexico. You can Google that one. And so what I had done, I had a VO, like a voiceover that I had to shoot. I had to cover a Christmas Day feed at the local Catholic church. They were feeding people on Christmas Day. Heartwarming story, really turned out great. I'll tell you that in a second. And then I also was putting together a video, kind of like a music video, I guess. I had on Christmas Eve, I took the camera out to one of the nice neighborhoods that had all the fancy Christmas lights. And I did my best to shoot these Christmas lights in creative ways and, some on the ground with the luminarias. And I did some quick zoom in and outs and some stagnant shots and mixed it up. And it was real pretty. And so Christmas morning, I took that video that I'd shot from the night before and I edited what we called back then. We didn't have the great fancy editing that we have even available to us now on our PCs. Back then, if you wanted to do an A/B roll, fade back and forth between shots, you had to edit on two different tapes and time it out to where one clip was ending, it was starting on the next tape. And you could mix back and forth, hence the A/B roll. And you mixed it onto the master, and then I added the Christmas music, and that's what I put together. Now, again, Christmas Day, really kind of upset that I'm having to work. and feeling sad and feeling lonely and had a bad attitude. And I mixed that together and it turned out really good. They ran it at the end of the newscast, which is where stories like that go. Feature stories, we call them kickers. So feature stories or, music videos like that. And I actually won an Associated Press award from that video for editing. So that was pretty cool. Anyway, that worked out well. So then I was getting ready for my shoot in the afternoon to go to the Catholic church and cover them feeding people, which is a heartwarming story for Christmas. And the forecast was for fog and maybe some rain. Well, at about noon, I went outside and it was snowing. It was snowing. It wasn't supposed to be snowing, but it was snowing. Oh, it was amazing. It was a miracle, the miracle Christmas snow. And so I got my camera and I got some, put it on tripod. So it was a nice steady shot. Then I got some video down Main Street from in front of the station, sent that to Albuquerque for their newscast, and the weather guy used it. And of course, we used it in our newscast, but everyone in Roswell knew it was snowing at noon because they lived there. We ended up with I don't know, 3-4 inches of slushy snow, which was neat. So I went to the Catholic church and trudged through the slush and covered that story and did some interviews and talked to people who were being fed and the people who were doing the feeding, and met this really cool guy. He actually ended up coming back to the station the next week and brought us all Christmas candies and stuff. He was just super nice and super friendly. And it just turned out to be kind of a heartwarming day. The miracle Christmas snow, the wonderful Christmas light story that I don't have. I wish I had saved a copy because it was really kind of neat. And so what I want to do this year, so anyway, that was one of my days working on Christmas. I'll tell another one in a future Vlogmas. And so what I want to do this year, and I'm keeping an eye on that long range forecast, it looks like it's going to be getting cold for much of the country east of the Rockies, probably a few days before Christmas, and probably some snow, at least here in Iowa, I think. So what I want to do is take out my camera, just, my Pixel camera, and I want to shoot some Christmas lights, hopefully in the snow, and put it to music and for you guys. It won't even be a Vlogmas. It'll be a separate video. So I'm looking forward to putting that together, whether it snows or not. So that'll be fun. And then what else? Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, Deb also gave me a snow shovel. Can you see it? It's keying out. Hey, look, I got a snow shovel. I'm going to need it. Thanks, Deb. That's awesome.